Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing well. This is Smart Money Sundays. Obviously took last week off for kind of a break, but we're back at it again this week, and you're not going to want to miss this video. Lots of really clean setups kind of presenting themselves coming into this week. So hopefully it will be a very fruitful week. Make sure you mark off all the levels that are given out. And pay very specific attention to kind of the higher time frame objectives that we're looking at and kind of the broader narrative across the market for this week. So as usual, we're going to start off here on Euro USD. And obviously this thing is currently counter trend bullish, right? We've broken structure to the upside. We're making those higher highs and higher lows. So really what simply we need to see here, right, is a retracement back down into discount for that continuation higher, right? So nothing's really changed from last week. Obviously, Nate and I have gotten on live sessions last week, and we've kind of given out some of these levels already. So for some of you, this might be a bit of reinforcement from the levels that we talked about last week. But nevertheless, Euro USD, obviously we had the down close, right? We had the liquidity engineered here last week. We had the sell to buy, nice institutional push higher, right, with this massive engulfing candlestick right after the run on liquidity, right? So I really want to see price dig back down, right, fill up some of this imbalance, trade back down into 1.00445. That's going to be my point of interest for continuations. Now, granted, right, understanding that technically our leg, right, higher time frame leg, this is a singular leg, so that's our trading range. So price very well could trade all the way back down into this extreme discounted area of price and continue to make another higher high, right? So we just have to keep that in mind. However, I would simply prefer this as kind of our threshold in terms of discounted pricing for continuations, right? So it's just a matter of being patient really across the board on these dollar pairs, right? Letting these retracements take place, right? Getting the proper discount, being patient, waiting for time and price, the buy to sell to buy, and then we can take it on the pullback for continuations. Now, in terms of targets, right, 1.0620. 1.0620 is going to be my overall target, right, running out these old highs here and really digging up potentially into 1.068, right, back up into this up close that was never mitigated. I've just rounded it off to a nice institutional level, round number 0620. Right, not trying to be too greedy with it, but I think that's a very attainable price. All right, so very simple, very straightforward. All right, just need to see that retracement and continuation. And like I said, that's kind of across the board on these dollar pairs. So GBP USD, and I'm not going to kind of run through it all again, right? So we kind of have the narrative. I like to use Euro USD and GU as kind of the narrative for the majors, right? And so a lot of the details, obviously, discussed just previously on EU really apply across the board here. So GU looking for that retracement, obviously the big institutional engulfing candle here from the 10th of November. Want to fill up that imbalance, right? We want to get back down into 1.051 into 1.0500, right? And potentially even further down into a full imbalance fill. And I'm looking at this inefficiency on the 30-minute time frame. All right, so as you can see, nice clean inefficiency bringing us in 50% at least mean threshold down into the full fill, right? For me, this is going to be the nice level of discount that I'd like to see price trade into, right, and fill up before looking for long opportunities, right? So that's the buy zone right there. Again, pay very specific attention to time and price, right? If you don't understand how to properly apply time and price, one of the most critical components of your trading that really helped me get my breakthrough, then we obviously go in depth on time and price in our courses, right? Within our private mentorship, right? So if that's something that you still need to work on, please message us on the side, and we'd be happy to kind of get you involved in that and get you up to speed, right? But we're looking for that, obviously, sell to buy in our point of interest here as outlined, and then the continuations higher up into our overall objective, right? Which on GU for me is going to be, it's going to be 1.2200, right? 1.2200. Get rid of these lines, right? I believe it's lower time frame. Getting up into here, 1.21 kind of 7 into 1.2200, right? That's going to be the overall level, right? We've hit an intermediate level, hence the retracement or hence the reaction. But ultimately, I still believe, just given cross-reference with these majors, that we can make another extension leg higher into that 1.22, right? So again, retracement continuation. All right, AUD USD. I want it to dig up into 6865 into really 6900. All right, that's going to be the objective for me. So it's simply a matter, again, of getting the retracement, discounted pricing, being patient. How many retail traders do you think are going to be looking to buy this retracement here, right? Potentially, 61.8 it, right? So they're going to weed them out, right? It's not going to be an immediate, push higher, right? They're going to probably mess around here and get you in prematurely and then have that really quick sell to buy and then push higher for that final extension leg. All right, so that's why I'm emphasizing being patient here. Every retail trader is going to be buying these things off fib levels on the retracements. So just relax, right? It's going to come. It's just a matter of time. So don't jump the gun here. All right, so in terms of levels on AU, I'm kind of basing this off of the daily down close candle here, down close here, and somewhat zooming in for precision. I'm kind of liking this area here where you have that nice wick, right? Obviously running out liquidity here, and then the massive institutional push higher. All right, so that kind of brings us in and around 6,500 into, I'd say, probably 6,450, that 50 pip range as kind of our buy zone. We did talk about counter trend opportunities here, right, with the up close, right? We have traded into it. Obviously, could have made that a little more precise, right, and seen the nice reaction. Right? Should be break even on the sells because our inherent bias is still to the upside with momentum. All right, so let's see if we can dig down into that discount and have the follow through in terms of another rally to the upside like we're looking at across the board here. All right, USD CAD, again, just the opposite, right? Vice versa, looking at pullbacks higher for excuses to sell. Just have multiple kind of POIs here. First being our inefficiency here on the 30-minute, right? Wick to wick. And then obviously this would be our zone. Right there. All right, so that's my first point of interest that I'll be interested in scaling in, right? The lower time frame, time and price. Secondary level is going to be just a tad higher, right? Treating this as inducement, internal liquidity to be run out. Right, as you can see, this wick didn't run out this wick, so we have relative equal highs here. So this very well could be a draw on liquidity, trading back up into this sort of demand to supply flip, right? Trade into demand where we ran liquidity, have the reaction, failure, flip to supply, right? That's the secondary level. And the tertiary level is going to be the 8-hour up close, right? As kind of our final last point of return. If we do dig up into here, right? Definitely a possibility. I doubt it. I'd say there's a more highly probable chance that either this level or this level plays out, but if we do, we still have our third level. So you take one loss, take two losses, you'll catch the third one, make it all back and more, so don't fret it, right? But the 8-hour up close here, buy to sell, right? Definitely a possibility, right? But the overall narrative is in alignment with the rest of the majors. NZD USD, obviously, again, same deal as AUD USD. Really just needing to see that retracement down into the daily down close, retracement continuation. In terms of targets, I am indeed liking This level here brings us in and around 6,330. 6,330 could round it off to 6,320. I like the 20s and 80s better as kind of whole numbers in terms of targets, right? But we just need to see the retracement down into discount. First level in and around 5,940 into 5,900. That's going to be my buy zone, getting down into here for continuations. All right, very simple on that one. All right, USD JPY, right? Momentum, dollar weakness at the moment. Momentum is to the downside. Simply looking at potentially this level, right? As we're simply just consolidating at the moment, right? Maybe a swift buy to sell, continuation there. Or if we do kind of run this out, you have your inefficiency here as well. So that might be a level to watch out for continuations to the downside. Yen pairs have not been my favorite over the last couple of months. They just haven't been kind of cleanly waving. That's okay. Other months, the yen pairs are really great, right? Just take what you get, right? But Euro JPY, this one with Euro strength at the moment and having traded into our point of interest in this down close candle here. It's really the kind of 1 hour, 90 minute. Right, this level here. We obviously created a low, traded higher, ran the low again, traded into the level. And so we're starting to kind of formulate structure to the upside. So this might be an area to look out for. Right, we are just consolidating, right? And we technically haven't breached kind of this supply yet, which gives me pause, right? But we did trade into a higher time frame level here. So what I'd really like to see, right, is for price to run these lows, then have that sell to buy, then we'd have clean structure forming, right? We'd have the higher highs, the higher lows, right? And then we could very easily take a third drive, or obviously if you're more of an aggressive trader, right, potentially looking to take it right off of this, it's a possibility. Or if we get something lower time frame, sell to buy, take it on the quick pullback continuation, that might work too, right? But that's kind of what I'm looking at. A little bit stuck at the moment between supply and demand. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, very similar. After having run out a significant form of liquidity here, this pool, sell side liquidity grabbed, right? Sell to buy. Right, so we very well could see this level kind of play out as looking at this as corrective in nature. Right, maybe see the run, buy, sell, buy. Clean break of structure here would be really great. I'm going to take it on the pullback. Right, overall higher time frame, certainly still bullish. All right, but that's the level I'd be watching out for on Swiss franc, Japanese yen, simply because we wrecked all of that sell side liquidity. All right, but again, keep in mind these yen pairs aren't my favorite at the moment. All right, so I'm going to be pretty cautious with them. All right, CAD JPY, last yen pair I'm going to talk about. We have run out nice sell side liquidity with these equal lows, but I really want to see price dig down into this down close candle here at 103.50. Right, this is a level where we had the head and shoulders. Retail head and shoulders obviously broke the neckline. Right, retail traders looking to sell the break and retest. What happens? Oh, nope, we run higher. All right, so looking to mitigate, get out of these orders here. Right, and it does appear that we are kind of accumulating here. We're slowing down our momentum, picking up orders, engineering liquidity for a potential run, maybe buy to sell to buy. Right, so this might be a really clean area, guys, to look for buying opportunities on CAD JPY. All right, 103.64 into 103.50. So keep that in mind. If we do push higher first, maybe up into this inefficiency, then it might be a good potential quick selling opportunity down into that higher time frame objective in bullish POI. Euro GBP. All right. So obviously this is the level here on the 1 hour time frame that we've talked about for an extended period of time. All right, this box here, the 1 hour inefficiency. And we did trade into that very nicely and are rolling over at the moment. This was the secondary level sell opportunity that was given out. Made one pass, made two pass, right? And obviously caught nice profit on this one as well, trading down into our 2-hour down close candle. Right, so in my opinion, this one is kind of make or break. I have a preference, right? I'd like to see us push higher. Right? I'm just not really liking these highs here. I think they ought to be run out. Kind of looking at this as pooled liquidity for a type of sell to buy move. All right, and so with that in mind, this probably is going to be the last point of return here. And that's where we closed on Friday into this down close. So I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of gapped up and pushed up this week, right, all the way up into our old POI. Right, up here, that was never mitigated at 8,900. Right, it'd be nice to get up into 8,900 and then have that overall swing short opportunity on Euro GBP in alignment with our higher time frame bias. Right, because higher time frame overall, we are bearish on Euro GBP. We have downside objectives that we'll get to in later episodes, right? But it would be nice to see this thing potentially have one final sweep, right? And then see that massive sell-off, all right? But critical level to watch here this week, right? Let's see. Pound Kiwi. We have traded into higher time frame level that was given out. Right, obviously this level. Traded into that a couple of weeks ago. Right there, and then gapped up. Kind of been chopping around ever since. Right, we did have this pool of liquidity here, sell side liquidity, equal lows, run, sell to buy, potential BOS here. It's not great because we snapped right back down. Right, but we did give out a buy opportunity here. Caught a few pips last week. Break even now, right? And so I wouldn't chase this thing. We're break even risk free, but if we do get back above here, right, and then clear this structure point, then we'd have a clean higher high, higher low sequence, and we can look to take it on the third drive cycle. All right, so that's something to be on the lookout for on GN. Euro CAD, right? Simply looking for retracements, just like EU for continuation, right? Higher highs and higher lows. Right? I believe we talked about this last week, at least on the live session. Right? So if we can dig back down into here, my first level is 3,500, 3,505. Getting back into here, equal lows run out, big institutional move, engulfing candlestick, filling up some of that imbalance. But understanding the fact that overall, our trading range is technically right from here to here. So we very well could retrace all the way down into here and then have another drive. Right? And so the secondary level for me is 3,350. Right? It's this kind of last point of return for this bullish trend. Right? So 3,350. 3,505, 3,350, looking for buys. Right? It's just a matter of being patient, waiting for the retracement. GBP CAD looks really good. All right, very similar. All right, really like to see this thing retrace, continuation, currently making higher highs and higher lows. So we're looking to simply follow the market structure, guys. Very simple, very straightforward. All right, we do have very clean equal lows as a draw on liquidity prior to a nice level of demand. Right, with this inefficiency. All right, so this is going to be my point of interest for buys, coming in around 1.5450. All right, we have now made one drive, two drive, three drives at the high. Wouldn't be surprised to see this thing spill over. All right, have a kind of swift sell-off here through the equal lows down into demand for that continuation higher. All right. So it looks pretty clean to me. Again, it's just a matter of patience. GBP Swiss franc, right? Creating bullish structure on these time frames now. after having traded into our higher time frame POI. You'll recall this old high, that was our POI. We are overall bullish on this at the moment. All right, so I think we can make another extension running out this previous high. All right, with that being said, in terms of the here and now, I'd really like to see this thing get down into POI 1.1225. It's going to be my first level of interest for retracements and continuations. If we do decide to treat this as internal liquidity and run that out swiftly, then my secondary level is going to be 1.1185, where we'll be looking for continuations. All right, so 2 levels there on GBP Swiss franc, targeting previous old highs in the bearish trend. All right, AUD CAD, really nothing on this one. All right, very similar to AUD USD, potential counter trend moves taking place here, but again, really just need to see that discount continuation higher. All right, after accumulating, breaking structure, now creating higher highs and higher lows. So just need to get that discounted price for moves higher. All right, and the last one is going to be Euro Swiss franc. All right, we are pushing higher, breaking structure to the upside, very similar to kind of GBP Swiss franc, right? High, low, run liquidity, high. All right, so I'm kind of liking this 4-hour candle here. I'm liking this as an intraday level, especially if we get up here and then London session have that sell to buy. All right, but it's pretty clean POI. You have the 4-hour 50 EMA there supporting price as well as a nice confluence. All right, so that's going to be the level. Of course, this might be a secondary level if we retrace that far, get down into there, and continue. All right, but the bias is bullish, especially now that we've breached this supply. All right, so lots of potential opportunities this week, guys. It's just, again, a matter of being patient. You know, we were patient a couple of weeks ago. We emphasized being patient, and then all of a sudden, all these setups obviously played out. Those of you who follow and pay attention, you understand, right? Did a 30+% week. So again, you know, if that worked for you before, continue that practice, right? It's a matter of understanding your setup, what works for you, and applying that, and weeding out the garbage in between. All right, and obviously we teach that within our private mentorship, which if you've kind of liked the way we break down charts and you like these episodes and you want to learn how to do it yourself proficiently, right, without needing handouts from anybody else, please send us a message on Telegram at ArielFX Trading, or book a call on our website, and we'd be happy to discuss things further, see if it's not only the right fit for you, but the right fit for us, and that we can help you with a customized plan moving forward. All right, hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you again next Sunday. Take care.